What does he want the fucking Roderick guy for? Chevin, or wasn't? No, it wasn't Chevin. It was a different one. I forgot his
to
name.
hide the ball, the glass
So
13.
he gave him. Oh yeah, I guess like, it seems like a really risky move. That guy, those. What are those things? Where did they come from? They're left in Prim left over like everything else. Is that what they are?
Well, I after after he called the automated one Dobby the house elf, I started to get the idea that maybe they're supposed to be like house elves from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I couldn't picture anything else after he said that. I kind of
I
wish he hadn't have said that.
wait, the Rodericks were supposed. I thought they were people.
Well, yes. I don't mean like literally elves, but I mean I get the sense that they're of that level of class within this society, like
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
servants. That
but after he called him Dobby, all I pictured was an elf every time, like he fucking talked.
yeah. Well, I don't think there's no way that was an accident after we already have sneeches, and
Oh,
Harry Potter.
No, they used to be tight, and then never mind.
Yes.
We all know how that worked out. I
yeah.
don't think I don't think they're tight anymore. So. I think he was a big fan of Harry Potter. In fact, I know he
Oh,
was.
definitely. You can tell.
Yeah, yeah, and Tolkien and the Wizard of Oz and some other thing. But yeah,
JFK.
And his own work.
Yeah, that's true.
what'd you say?
And his own work, because you
Yeah,
see it
right.
like,
He's a
oh,
big
this
fan of
person read
himself.
Stephen King's book Cujo or whatever. Like, okay.
Do you go? But can you? Is it possible to go back and read one of your own books and just like to read it?
I think for a lot of people, probably, but not with the amount that he's written and
Well, that's what
still
I'm thinking. He's
writes.
written so much, he probably forgot. It would almost be like someone else wrote it if he went back and read it.
That's funny.
Well,
You know what I
especially if he
mean?
was like super high or something when he wrote
Yeah,
it.
go read Tommy. Not that
Uh,
one. You probably remember that one. But what was before Tommy Knockers?
um,
Tommy Knockers, what, 87, 88? So it. No, you probably remember that one too. I don't remember. There's some hazy ones in the middle there. They're all so famous now. It's hard to have one that's like, oh yeah. How about Rose Matter? Go read that one. Desperation. I like
no,
this.
I think Desperation was when he was sober or getting sober. Because
That
there's
was
a whole lot of
96
God.
ish. So yeah, it was definitely the tail end if he was still doing it. But I think Tabby had told him along like 10 years before that.
Mm.
I always picture it as like the final straw. She's like, okay, now you're writing 1,500-page books. Enough with the drinking already. And I can only
Especially
put up
after
with so much.
she read the orgy scenes. Like, come on.
Oh, I know. How did that make it through the editor? Like nobody was like, dude, are you sure this is the only way?
Yeah.
Couldn't we like, get a piece of glass and cut their palms or something?
Any other kind of ritual?
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything, literally. Like I'd rather kill one of them than not.
Yeah.
Well, he did at the start.
Well,
Well,
yeah, well
they have
after Stan was in on it.
no, they have to kill someone together.
Right.
Still could have killed Stan.
Yeah,
That's
what a
true.
waste. They could have just went to
That's a good
Stan's
point.
and like helped them. Everybody take a slash. Like Stan, you're gonna kill yourself anyway, so why don't you come down here and do it here?
He's like, I'm gonna what?
We got another Delaw sighting, my favorite word. I've not actually had a chance to use that yet because I keep forgetting. I need someone to be like, I need 100 computers. I'll be like, Delaw.
That's the law.
Right? Dude, that's the law. Like, what? Is that good or bad? Like, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. A little ambiguous. I like how Oi was dreaming of being with Jake. It's like, oh, it's a bumbler's dream, huh? And Oi, like, yeah, I think is that what it is? The touch, like, invading him. Oi, who died? Oi, said his friend Dala. I don't understand that. Oh, that's what it is. People put like, does Stephen King use his dreams to like thicken the plot
Oh,
when he doesn't know what to do or something like that? That's what it was.
yeah, I wrote that down too because he says, "Do you think Stephen King uses dreams? Yeah, to move the plot along or something like that." I'm like, huh? I wonder.
Yeah, right. Giving away all the secrets, like I was saying, shit.
Has he ever
Yeah,
used a dream within a flashback?
right. Have you ever read Wind Through the Keyhole? Jesus Christ. Even Robin was talking about. She has a separate section for Wind Through the Keyhole, I think, because it came out after like she did her concordance. So she takes a pair and she talks about the thing within the thing within the thing within. She's like, at this time they're telling this story, and then in that story they're telling this story, and in that story they're actually telling this story. Jesus, how do you keep it all straight? Yeah. So yeah, there's no doubt. Like, I like when he makes his characters ask stupid questions about himself. Yeah, Roland totally doesn't like him. It's kind of funny. I think I would be a little more careful with the guy who was in charge of my thing. I don't like. Oh, that's what it was. When Oi's dreaming, that's when the bumbler gets eaten by Mordred, right? Or whatever the
Yeah.
word is. I don't know if eaten's the right word.
Yeah.
Doesn't well, has to be asked, I think, right? That was pretty gruesome, wasn't it? Did he smash it against a tree or something? Wait, am
I
I
think
thinking?
he just like pierced it and sucked it dry.
There was also the coyote or whatever. They call it something else.
Oh, the desert dog.
The Calaodi? uh, yeah. So Oi was dreaming about that, but why did it say many died? I guess it's more. Anyway, Mordred's kind of a vampire too, right? Can't figure that guy out.
That's why
What exactly?
that's why I said vampire gonna say he drank his blood. Like he needs food for his baby human self and blood for his spider self. I'm like, wait, spiders drink blood? I guess.
I mean,
They do.
certain kinds, right? Uh,
I never thought
not
about
generally
that.
speaking. I'm pretty sure they eat bugs. I'm pretty sure that's what the whole web thing's for.
Well, they wrap them up, but I don't know. Maybe they just suck the blood out of them. I never
Yeah, do
thought
they
about
just like suck the moisture out of them, suck them dry?
that.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure I
'cause
don't know
I
that.
avoid a lot of spiders typically, so I don't know. But
Come on, you never seen arachnophobia?
no.
Why would she have to see it when she has it?
Because they have big spiders sucking things dry in there.
Yeah, that's my nightmare.
Right.
Very aptly named movie.
So, I like that movie. It's fun. Eight-Legged Freaks is a good one too, because those spiders are so big that it's not even believable. So you can just kind of relax.
I don't think you
Yeah.
need to recommend more spider movies.
I have heard Eight-Legged Freaks actually isn't that bad because it's so like campy.
Yeah. It's what's it called? What's your name's husband? David Arquette, I think. Ex-husband. Dewey. You guys old enough for Dewey?
I don't think so.
No.
Scream. Scream.
Oh, yes. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Ding
The
ding
cop,
ding
right?
ding ding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that's like with the kid that does all the experiments and like basically sets the spiders loose. The sheep god man had but one true father. Like I call him the sheep god man. I
Sheep
think
god? Stephen King?
No, oh Jesus, Jesus. He was in a
Well,
way like Jesus. What?
oops. Can you
Or
hear me?
who is he talking? He's talking about Mordred. He looked at them with the outsider's resentment, knowing he would hurt them and that the satisfaction would be bitter. He was of two worlds. Here he goes again on this shit. The foretold joining of the Prim and the Am. What the fuck is the Am? I've never heard that one before. Of Gadash and Godash, of Gan and Gilead. John and Gilead. Get the fuck out. I
I
can't
don't
even
like
keep up
how
anymore.
he almost like is trying to make you feel sorry for it though.
Yeah, and it almost works. I mean, I kind of do at the moment. I don't feel sorry, but I get it. Like, he was born fucked.
You know,
But
it's funny because to me, it almost makes me like him more. I guess that's kind of the point. I don't feel sorry for him, but I'm like, oh, you have some feelings. That's cute. Like,
right, still a big fucking were spider, so you're gonna have to die or something. But
I
okay,
don't
I get it.
feel sympathy for him, but I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's
I
more
mean, yeah.
it's more dynamic than just like only bad and evil.
Yeah. I don't know that I need that in a spider though.
That's true.
Well, we'll make sure he's in human form. If Ka is a train, and it is, a vast hurtling mono, maybe sane, maybe not, then this nasty little lycanthrope is its most vulnerable hostage. Not tied to the tracks like little Nell, but strapped to the thing's very headlight. Who's little Nell? Is that from a fairy tale or
It
something?
was a story we talked about.
You should have had him
Some
strapped to his deadlight. That would have been cooler.
wasn't that one of the people in Blood? Maybe I don't remember.
Did we somebody tied to the tracks that got run over? I don't
No, not necessarily like that, but
boy, that's like an old West trope if there ever was one, right?
yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so then Walter shows up at Mordred's for some fucking reason. So he thinks what this little fancy hat he's got on is keeping Mordred out, but it's not even at all, right? Why?
Yeah.
Like, I give Walter way more credit than that. I feel like that's just, again, I kind of think he didn't know what to do with them, and it was time to start getting rid of people.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's
He's like, okay,
but
I'm not writing another fucking book, so like he's got to go.
Well, especially so I wrote this down too. He says in this section, Flag mentions that briefly, like his main goal is to kill Roland to avenge Roland being responsible for his mom dying. I'm like, am I supposed to believe you even cared about her? Like you were actually in love with her, and that's why you want to kill Roland now?
Yeah, that's not believable in the slightest.
Who's
And
his
then
mom?
also Gabrielle, shame, not Flag's mom, because remember they were having an affair.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mordred. Wait, okay.
Flag says he needs to kill Roland to avenge Gabrielle's death. But he also is a contradiction because he says he doesn't want to kill Roland because he needs him to stop the Crimson King because he doesn't want the Crimson King to actually bring the tower down.
So, yeah, I thought that too when I read it. Like, what? Wait, why does Flag need to avenge Gabrielle's death? What is that shit?
Yeah.
He was like the cause of her death, and he is the reason he tricked Roland into shooting her. He knew he set her up to die.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, what is that? But this is in Flag's head. So what is the point in lying about that? Like if he were, you know what I mean?
Well, maybe that is the point of it though. Like even though he caused her death and he was the one that like basically set up her to die, he still sees himself as not the villain in that because he's not the one that actually pulled the trigger. Like maybe it was kind of a test for Roland. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm just guessing.
I would say normally yes, but Flag is not that kind of person. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, I've never seen that side of him in any story. Where even in this one, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I agree. That's just the only logic that I can think of.
Now you totally have to read the stand. But then he turned into Flag. He went from Walter Martin to Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was Rhea just tricked him the whole, as well as Roland. And it was all Rhea. Of the coup. I'll just see that story too. What it did to her.
Yeah, right. That one's not in the comics, is it? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm gonna totally read them after we're done this because I need some Jericho Hill answers that I don't remember necessarily at all. And I was wondering about that too. I feel like there might be a Rhea story in there, but I'm not sure. So, Walter O. Dim. So Walter, whoever the fuck he is, was basically following Arcot Tet in, where are they? In Fedek? Under Fedek? Going to Fedek?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, what he's like, oh wait.
Oh, they're going to Thunderclap, right? Or they're trying to get closer there.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to, wait, where's that map? They're going to Thunderclap to stop. Wait, fuck.
Yeah. They don't know what the plan is yet, but that's the direction they're headed, is to stop the breaker.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out where to go, weren't they?
Yeah. But what were you saying? That doesn't matter.
Yeah. I like to patch it. My point is, so Walter stopped following them because he's like, oh wait, there was a giant spider baby born. Maybe I'll go see what he's up to.
Yeah, I was trying to find that because I'm like, I don't think that's a satisfying answer at all.
Look, what was?
Well, he was gonna try and kill Mordred.
Right, but why?
Because he thought he needed his foot or something to get into the tower.
Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. Right.
Could he just take him with him? Like,
a lot.
I mean, hey, I can take you to see your dad. You down for that? Let's go. You know. And that, I mean, I don't really know what Mordred wants. Actually, now that I say that out loud, like, wouldn't he want to go see his dad? It's like, well, he hasn't actually. Well, one of his dads. He hasn't expressed any interest in the Red Daddy, whatever he called him. So maybe he doesn't care about the tower. I think he says he doesn't care about the tower, right? Something like that.
I want to say that his goal is just to like kill Roland, but I don't even really know why he wants to kill Roland.
Amber dropped. Yeah, I'm not sure what Roland actually. Why is he so mad at Roland? Because, well, I know he's doing the outsider thing.
But well, I feel like he's like mad because he's being shunned from that group, but he hasn't like. And I guess they associate him with demon baby child thing who will bring about the end of the world, so they would shoot first and ask questions later, but maybe that's the whole stigma of it. Like, one of us has to kill one another. It can't be any ways else. So
right. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Yeah. But that's still kind of weak motivation.
Hello.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
Look, it's right there in one sentence. The man in the park a titter. Thank you. All we need is a loon. He didn't. Yeah, I don't really know what his plan is. And they sort of say it to kill him, to take his foot, to go To what? Open the door at the foot of the
He
Dark
wants
Tower?
to see the tower himself, and not. I don't know if his plan was to stop the Crimson King, because I don't think so. He didn't want the Crimson King to succeed with his plan.
He does. He definitely like separates himself, which we only find out right before he dies. But
I
he's
mean,
not
yes
actually.
and no, because this is exactly what I was saying the whole time. I'm like, I don't think Flag is really trying to stop them at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what is he? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what his game. What was the whole point in the rolling and fucking with him? And is he just fucking with him because he's like, I don't know, stoned and tittering the whole time? Like, this is what happens when I do this? Because he definitely like makes a point to like, yes, he's working for the king, but he used to work for Parson, and the king's just another one in a line of people that he's had to work for to do what he really wants to do, which I'm not sure even I know what that is, to go to the tower himself.
Yeah.
So he needs Mordred's foot to get in, I guess.
He seems to think that. I don't know why he thinks that exactly.
All right, so he stops following our little happy quartet, and he goes to talk to Mordred with a really bad plan.
Yeah.
I'll just wear a fucking basically a tinfoil hat, and everything will be all right. Like what is that signs when he comes in, like home one day and all three of them are sitting there in tinfoil hats?
Yeah.
So obviously that didn't work. And why? And
isn't never mind, go ahead.
Shouldn't he have at least brought some food, knowing that this thing was going to be hungry like nonstop?
Did he know that? I mean,
well, then it was a failure on the research department if he didn't.
If he was researching, he wouldn't have gone there in the first place.
Well, I don't know how you get a foot with a red mark on
it. You figure out another way. Roland doesn't seem to think he needs that.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he already has a foot. You know, that gunna has a lot of shit in it.
That's true.
It's like one of them never-ending Harry Potter magic bags.
Like, oh, you know what? I think I do have one of those in here somewhere.
Yeah, and everybody take another gold coin just for the hell of
it. Oh, look, and here's an extra popkin.
What's a popkin? A sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Ew, I don't want that. How long's that been in there? The Great Scuttering Spider King.
So, yeah, what an image.
Well, he's talking about the Crimson King. So he's a spider too? That's new information.
I wrote that down. I was like, did we ever know that he was a spider? I mean, at least it makes sense why Mordred's a spider now, but I don't think we knew that about the Crimson King.
I don't feel like he is a spider.
Okay. I don't think so either. I don't remember.
I don't know that we ever find out. So.
But I said, since when is the Crimson King a spider? I wrote that down.
Yeah. Yeah, he's. I mean, okay, you can be a Spider King without a spider. It's not easy, but you know.
A man of the different people.
If you're that crazy, all the spiders were still respected. Like you guys watch Chappelle with the? Maybe I shouldn't say that. That's good. The white guy hanging out with all the black guys, and they're like,
I knew that's what you were gonna say. Yeah.
I can't remember how it goes exactly, but like, that's the craziest guy in the crowd because you don't know what he did to get them black guys respect. So that would be like, trying to lead a kingdom of spiders as a ferret or a billy bummer.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Because the billy bummer will just eat your ass if you don't do what he says. He definitely has a thing for bugs, so I feel like spiders aren't too far of a reach.
Mm-mm.
And if he likes those bugs so much, why can't we get him some more? We need to go to the doctor bug, and they're doctor bugs, so like they would be healing. I can't ever figure out if they're good or bad. I think when they're
They heal for the vampires to suck blood.
I know, right? Is that like, when they're attacking Algul Siento and like they're just like, it's okay, nothing's wrong, just go south and everything will be fine. That's what
Yeah.
when they're
Put your
sucking
hands
their
up.
blood is, huh?
I just said, put your hands up. You won't get shot.
Yeah. And how do you like, I don't know, not listen to that loud as Ted's? So now I know what a facilitator is. My God, I didn't realize.
It took me far too long to realize that's what was happening. I was like, wow, there's just so much energy here. They're all picking it up. I'm like, oh no, it's dead.
Right. And then with the beams, just him being in the area makes them all like, I don't know, 1,000 times better than they would be normally. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That
like,
was
why isn't,
a little bit of a scary thought.
Yeah, why isn't Ted, I don't know, killed himself for the general good? Something?
It's true.
Or he can be of use during this fight.
Oh, that's great, but you're down to like 1.5 beams. Come on. They keep talking about Finley and Pimley. I hate their names. They're too close. This close to the end. And they're like, every time they say this close to the end, we're not going to mess anything up. Like, okay, what do you think is going to happen at the end? Like they're like excited about it almost. And I don't want anything to go wrong. Like,
what is their version of, the you're saying, I got it now. Why would you be excited for that?
Yeah. And Pimley was what, Paul Prentice? I think he was a normal person at one point. But Pimley's a human, right?
He still is a human.
I don't know. Is there a difference between a human and a human? Is it just him being weird?
No.
So he just got a weird name when he went to the Devertois.
I mean, yeah, but didn't we see this? Oh no, that was Pube. No, never mind. Yeah, no.
So what's Finley then? He's a Tahin?
Finley is, yes.
A bird head, a rat head, whatever?
Yeah, because Pimley could not read his eyes.
And Finley was sucking Pimley's pup, right?
Yes.
I hope that means he's not human, at least.
Well, because Pimley is the head of the whole place of Algul Siento, and then Finley is the head of security.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
They're like the top two.
Yeah.
Of course, he had once served Roland's father, Stephen, as Gilead's court magician, hadn't he? Under the name Martin.
I don't know, had he?
Well, that's good.
It's a joke.
Court. Well, when was he the court magician? I don't feel like that describes.
No, I wasn't actually trying to break it down. I'm just saying, was he actually Martin? But
Oh,
never mind.
According to this,
well,
yeah.
A man of many faces and many neat tricks was Walter O'Dim. I feel like he finally went O'Dim, right?
But
yeah, well, I just feel like Walter should have been way more prepared, and it's just so like, oh, really? That's the end? He didn't survive that somehow?
It would have been better if he just didn't bring him back into the picture. Like, let him live on for another story or whatever.
Yeah, that would have even been better. Like, I can't talk about things, but yeah, I would have liked it to have. I'd like him to have been around when the book is ending, because I think that would have worked. Actually, there's so many, and we can't talk about that, but remind me to bring that up when we're done, because there's so many ways to go with that are intriguing that I never thought about. Anyway, so yeah, I forget what I was saying.
Yeah, I forgot to.
I'm just so mad that that's how he went out, I guess. And then Mordred takes off, right? And then
I also do like the whole aspect of Mordred watching and being like, I could intervene, but why? Why not just let them do it? Like he's clearly not trying to help his father because he would try to stop the breakers if that were the case.
I mean, did he never think maybe I could like be nice to them? I guess they never thought that either. Like it never came up that, hey, this is my kid. Maybe I could, I don't know, make peace with him or something.
I mean, he is a demon, baby.
Like, part.
He's too many
like
parts. That's
a giant cricket.
Oh yeah, there's a bird. Sorry, we just got back. Or a bug. Not a bird.
The bird?
I meant a bug. I gotta. I can't get away from it yet.
He sounds like the giant red cricket in fairy tale. Is he missing a leg?
No.
I think it's in the tree. I have no idea where it's coming from.
Yeah, like how he visualizes like the shining wires, like the mental rope that he's got around Walter's neck, I guess you would say. I don't know, that whole scene just bothers me. I guess I need to move on. Walter Paddock, who was, or Walter Paddock that was. 1,500 years of knowledge, at least 1,500 years of knowledge. See, 1,500 years, and that's how that guy went out. Well, I'm not making it better. And he got eat by a stupid were spider. That can't be the first were spider he's seen. He had to have known that all he was going to want to do is eat.
Well, he's probably never met anything with two fathers. As the two fathers are, though.
Well, that may also be true. So
I don't know. I mean, I blame him for going there at all in the first place. I don't blame him for not realizing that like the thing would be as powerful as it was.
Could be.
Because it's a baby. You don't think of a baby being able to do anything.
Well, that's a good point. I definitely do not think of him as a baby, despite what he looks like. Maybe looking at a baby would, lower my defenses more than a little bit. Jake's really bothered by death in this one. The thought of all that grave time that chilled him, that downtime, that lie still and continue to be dead time. On the one hand, are you back?
Yeah.
Jake is bothered by being dead. What I was saying. The thought of all that grave time that chilled him, that downtime, that lie still and continue to be dead time. On the one hand, that is kind of creepy to think about. On the other hand, you're going to be dead. Okay. Even Catholics are getting cremated. They're running out of space. What is that from? Do you guys know? All is silent in the halls of the dead. These are the halls of the dead where the spiders spin and the great circuits fall quiet one by one. That's from a book or something, isn't it?
I thought it said where it was from. Did it not?
I don't remember.
I feel like
maybe that was something from Shardick's book because he's talking about Shardick right before that. Maybe you're right.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good point because wasn't that what Eddie heard right when he listened to he was like almost hypnotized by the humming.
Yeah.
Yes, the first time they saw the portal from the other side. Now they're on the back side of the portal apparently.
Yeah.
So make sure you unlock that door so you don't have to go through all that shit again.
Huh. I don't know. It still sounds vaguely familiar to me, though, and not just from that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's something that Shirley
You know,
Jackson.
All is Silent in the Halls of the Dead is definitely like from something. Maybe it's that Richard Adams Shardik book. Anyway, they go through the door and everybody starts throwing up, right?
Yeah.
And then we finally get to Ted, and Ted calls Jake. So I guess Bobby and Jake look the same.
Well, yeah, I guess there can only be one type of child in this universe.
There can only be one 12-year-old in this in all the levels of the tower. And I finally got a Keystone Earth now that it's almost over. Jeez.
Is that our first mention of it?
I'm pretty sure I have not said it until I actually saw it.
That is crazy.
Well,
We
no,
were saying,
you guys have used the word Keystone Earth before, but I think this is the first book we actually get that like actual phrase. But
we
it's
said like
been
Keystone World,
referenced.
yeah, I feel like we were dancing around it without actually saying it. You know, the main Earth, the Keystone World, like everything but that.
You've definitely said it before because you were like, "Oh, do we know that term yet?"
Yeah, it sounds like something I might do. Is the Queen Mary a ghost ship or not? It's the Mary Celeste, right? Queen Mary's just a really big ship, I think.
What's a ghost ship?
It's in
Like a ship that's abandoned?
California, I think.
Well, kind of. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, but that's not real.
But that's what a ghost ship is. They show up and it's just a ship floating in the water with nobody on it.
Okay, but that has ghosts in it.
Well, now you know what a ghost ship is.
It's not answering my question.
It's a ship with ghosts in it.
Someone who doesn't like horror movies, though.
It's like an abandoned ship.
That's what I figured. Like they
Like
don't know why
no
there's nobody on it.
explanation, no crew, just floating in the water. What the fuck happened? I forgot what the hell my point was. So all right, so we go to see Ted. More importantly, we go to see Shimi, who's like a superconductor.
Never would have gotten that from Wizard and Glass.
Well, it's not even he's a teleporter. He's the only teleporter, right? Or something, or I don't know.
Well, not only is he I don't know. I feel like Ted should be able to teleport if he can't.
Well,
he can do everything
actually,
else. Right?
You're right, because they said nobody's allowed to teleport inside, so that's not true.
Oh, you know how easy it is to fuck with their telemetry? Excuse me, the deep telemetry?
Well, my point is what I said is not true, because if they make rules, then that means clearly other people can do it.
Oh, right. Yeah, there wouldn't be a rule if it never happened before. All right. That is the end of the podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.